Good morning everybody. Today we are going to start second chapter of unit number 1 ma. Unit number 1 second chapter ma. That chapter name is infinite series. In this unit number 1 two topics available. One is sequences and other one is infinite series ma. Now we are going to start infinite series ma. First of all, I am going to define what is infinite series ma, right? To define this infinite series ma, let us take a sequence un ma. Let us consider that un be a sequence ma. In this sequence un ma, let us define starting n terms ma. First term is u1, second term is u2, next u3 and so on un. These are n terms of your sequence Sn ma. Sorry, sequence un ma, right? Now add these n terms ma and proceed it as some Sn ma. New notation I am using Sn. Sn is equal to what ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. This is your Sn, right? Now this sequence Sn is called as an infinite series and it is denoted by sigma un. That means sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. I mean these sequence un starting n terms some take ma, that some proceed as nth term of your new sequence Sn ma. Here Sn is what ma? In Sn is what ma? Nth term ma. To proceed this total sum of beginning n terms of your sequence un as Sn ma and proceed that is Sn as nth term of your new sequence Sn ma. This new sequence Sn is called as infinite series and it is denoted with this ma, sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. That means sequence Sn and sigma un one and the same ma. Sequence Sn anna sigma un anna one and the same. There is no difference at all, right? In this case, this Sn is called as nth partial sum of the series. Nth partial sum of the series. And in this case, this un is called as nth term of the series. Nth term of the series. I mean here this Sn is called as what ma? Nth partial sum of this infinite series ma, and this un is called as what ma? Nth term of the series ma. This nth partial sum of the series plays crucial role in this infinite series ma. Depends upon this only you have to tell nature of your given series ma. Nature means what ma? Your series is convergent or divergent ma. In this infinite series just we are going to discuss two areas ma, whether your given series is convergence or divergence ma. For that you must go through for this nth partial sum ma, right? Once again I am repeating the condition ma. Let un be a sequence ma and take Sn is what ma? u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un means sum of beginning n terms of your sequence un ma. Now proceed this Sn as one new sequence ma, it is sequence Sn ma. This new sequence is called as what ma? Infinite series and it is denoted by sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. In this case this Sn is called as nth partial sum of the series ma and this un is called as nth term of the series ma. Already I told ma, this will plays crucial role, nth partial sum of the series will proceeds crucial role in this infinite series ma, right? And here once observe ma, already I told ma, in this we are going to discuss only two areas. Your given series is convergence or divergence ma. I mean when do you say this sigma un series from n equal to 1 to infinity is convergence or divergence ma? For that come on to this ma. Here sigma un and sequence Sn one and the same or not, but don't misunderstand sequence and series one and the same. Basically this is sequence, un is sequence, this is one new sequence according to some other basic definition we form. These two are not same sequences. This is un sequence, this is Sn sequence, but here Sn is what ma? u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un ma. In this beginning n terms sum is your Sn ma. Both are not same, remember ma. That means there is a difference between sequence and series ma, right? Once come on to your condition ma. Now let us take your given series ma, sigma un ma. To proceed this series is convergence or not ma? Convergence or divergence ma? Come on to here ma. Here sigma un and sequence Sn one and the same or not ma? If suppose this sequence Sn is convergent ma, if sequence Sn is convergent ma, then we say sigma un is also convergent because both are equal I said. If sequence Sn is divergent ma, then you say sigma un is also divergent ma. Like that you can decide your given series is divergent or convergent ma, right? But once come on to detail ma. Now let us take your given series ma, sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity ma. In this let us define nth part sum ma, Sn, u1 plus u2 plus so1 plus un is what ma? Nth part sum of your given series ma. After that let us define limit Sn as n tends to infinity ma. That means for this nth term, for this Sn ma, let us define limit ma as n tends to infinity. If suppose its value is a real number L ma, then we say basically this sequence is converges to L ma. Then we say this sequence is what ma? Converges to L ma, right? But I said this sequence and this infinite series one and the same. From that what do you say ma? This series, infinite series is what ma? Converges to L. Understood or not ma? To define this series is convergent or not ma, let us go through nth part sum of the series ma, Sn, u1 plus u2 plus so1 plus un, and then find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. If suppose you got a real number L ma, then you say basically sequence Sn is converges to L according to sequence definition ma. If limit Sn as n tends to infinity is L, what do you say ma? Sequence Sn is converges to L or not? But sequence Sn and sigma un one and the same. Now we say sigma un is converges to L. That means to decide your given series is convergent or not, define nth part sum and find its limit now, right? If suppose in this case limit Sn as n tends to infinity is not exist ma, that means it is either plus infinity or minus infinity ma. In such case basically you say the sequence Sn is what ma? Divergence according to sequence definition ma, right? But sequence Sn and sigma un one and the same ma. Now in this case what do you say ma? Your given series sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent. Following or not ma? I mean to decide your given series convergent or divergent ma, in that let us define nth parts as sum, u1 plus u2 plus so1 plus un, which take as some Sn. It is not compulsory to take notation as Sn ma. You may take xn, yn like that ma, but I am going to use Sn notation ma, right? After that find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. If that value can exist means if you got this limit value is some real number ma, you say given series is convergence, that real number should be what ma? Convergent point of your given series ma, right? If limit Sn as n tends to infinity is not exist ma, you say directly given series is what ma? Divergent ma. Like that you can decide ma. But in this, what is the meaning of convergence and what is the meaning of divergence ma? Here if suppose sigma un is converges to L ma, if sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is converges to L ma, then this L is nothing but this total sum value ma, means the value of the sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is what ma? L. The value means it should be approximate value only because it is infinite thing. It is not possible to find exact value of it ma. If sigma un is converges to L, what do you say ma? This L should be the value of this total sum ma, this total result ma, right? The total result value L ma, convergent ayyindante. Understood or not ma? But adi kuda exact value kaadu antunnanu because it is infinite thing. It is not possible to find complete sum result ma. I mean this L should be the approximate value of your sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. That L should be what ma? The approximate value of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity whenever sigma un is converges to L ma. If suppose sigma un is divergent ma, in that case what do you say ma? The sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity value is not exist. Whenever this infinite series value is not exist ma, what do you say? Your given series is divergent ma, means even if it is possible to find approximate value of this infinite series ma, you say that series is what ma? Divergent ma. This is about your introduction of your infinite series ma. But here once observe ma, in your lower classes you proceed sigma un is what ma? Sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is what ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus u4 plus so on plus un plus 1 plus un plus 2 plus so on. This and this one and the same, no change at all logically. This is theoretical definition. In your lower classes, to understand clearly, they proceed like this. To proceed, this series is convergent or not. In that, we taken sum of beginning end terms. That means this one. This portion we taken. If this portion is convergent, you say this total thing is also convergent. If this portion is divergent, you say this total thing is also divergent. Understood or not? That is the actual meaning of this. But remember one more. In this total chapter, they give one series. Decide convergent or divergent. For that, first define Sn. What is that? U1 plus u2 plus so on plus un. Then find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. If that value can exist, you say given series is convergent. If value is not exist, given series is divergent. If this limit value can exist, it is convergent, especially it is converges to what? That real number. That means that real number should be what? The value of this total sum. This total value should be what? This real number L whenever it is convergent. Right? Whenever it is divergent, meaning of that is what? The value of this total sum is not exist. Even if it is not possible to define maximum value of, approximate value of, it is not possible to define approximate value of this infinite series. Then you say it is divergent. In this total chapter, we are going to discuss these two areas only. Right? This is about your introduction of infinite series. Now let us see few problems here. Yes, let us take first problem. Test for convergence of sigma 1 by 2 power n minus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. Test for convergence of sigma 1 by 2 power n minus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. That means we have to test whether it is convergent or divergent. Don't misunderstand. Test for convergence means it is compulsorily convergence. It is not correct. Test for convergence means what? You have to decide whether this series is convergent or not. Right? For that, I want to use basic definition here. First of all, let us take your given series as sigma un. Let sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is equal to what? Sigma 1 by 2 power n minus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. Right? From this, you can define what is un. Is it 1 by 2 power n minus 1 or not? After that, let us define u1, u2 and so on. To find u1, let us substitute n equal to 1 there. Right? Substitute n equal to 1 here. 1 by 2 power 0. 1 minus 1, 2 power 0. No? Is it 1 or not? u2 means n equal to 2 substitute. 1 by 2 or not? u3. Is it 1 by 2 square or not? Right? u4 1 by 2 cube or not, and so on, etc. Like this you can define un, 1 by 2 power n minus 1. Like previous introduction concept, let us take Sn, which is nth partial sum of given series. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. From this, you can write Sn. What is that nth partial sum? Sum of beginning n terms. u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un. This is your Sn. Right? Here you know u1, u2, u3 and so on un. Substitute them. You have 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 square. Right? U equal to 3. 1 by 2 square plus so on plus 1 by 2 power n minus 1. Right? Here directly for this Sn limit is not possible to find, because in sequences you studied these type of terms sequences. Right? Now to proceed this limit, first of all you have to simplify this total sum. For that, once concentrate. Here 1 means 1 by 1. 1 by 1 means 1 by 2 power 0. 1 by 2 power 0, 1 by 2 power 1, 1 by 2 square, so on 1 by 2 power n minus 1. Is it sum of n terms in GP or not, geometric progression or not, right? You know what is sum of n terms in GP condition, ma? A into 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r. In your lower classes, you know, ma, right? Here a means initial term and r means common ratio, ma. That is, this value is a into 1 minus r to the power of n. 1 by 2 whole by 1 is what, ma? 1 by 2 or not? R to the power of n by 1 minus r. Clear reason I am writing here, ma. Since 1 by 2, 1 by 2 square and so on 1 by 2 power n minus 1 are n terms in GP, geometric progression. Generally, sum of n terms in your lower classes in high school level, you can denote with Sn. General notation is also Sn, which is what, a into 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r. This is a formula. Here, what is a, a means starting term, initial term 1, r means common ratio, 1 by 2 whole by 1, 1 by 2 square whole by 1 by 2 is what, is it 1 by 2 or not? These values only we substituted here, like that we got this, a into 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r, right? You can now simplify this, this is 1 into this is so same thing, 1 minus 1 by 2 is what, okay, I will write one more time, whole by, this is same 1 into this is 1 by 2 or not, 1 minus 1 by 2. Now this we can write as 2 into 1 minus 1 by 2 power n. Any problem is there? Now take 2 inside, this is 2 minus 2 by 2 power n or 1 by 2 power n minus 1. Anyway you can write, simply I want to keep 2 by 2 power n. This is complete simplified Sn, clearly I am writing here. This implies Sn is equal to what, 2 minus 2 by 2 power n, right? This is simplified Sn result, but what is our aim? We have to find the limit of Sn. Now let us go through limit Sn as n tends to infinity. That means limit 2 minus 2 by 2 power n as n tends to infinity, right? Here once look, limit 2 is 2 because 2 is constant, limit, now 2 into 1 by 2 power n as n tends to infinity is what, 0 or not? Is it direct to 2 into 0 is 0? Any problem is there? Directly I wrote, limit 2 is 2, limit as n tends to infinity 2 by 2 power n is what, 0. That's why 2 minus 0 gives what, 2. Now here we got, limit Sn as n tends to infinity is 2, is it 2 is a real number or not? From this what do you say, according to your previous introduction, given series is convergent, especially it is converges to what, 2. That word I am writing, therefore sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is converges to 2. I said here it is converges to 2 means what, 2 is this total value, the value of sigma n equal to 1 to infinity 1 by 2 power n minus 1 is what, 2 means it is approximate value only, but approximate value at least exists, then you say that series is what, convergent series, right? This is your problematic part, understood or not, right? In the similar way you can go for next question, similar type question. I will do different models here. Next one is test for convergence of sigma 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. Test for convergence of sigma 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity, right? Just I want to remove few lines only because few lines I need here. I don't want to rub all the lines. First take your given series as what, sigma un. What is sigma un, Sigma 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. From this you can write un, nth term. What is that, un is equal to 1, right? Now from this you can proceed u1, u2, all those things. N equal to 1 take, u1 is what, 1. N equal to 2 take, u2 is what, 1. N equal to 3 take, u3 is also what, 1, and so on, or etc. Any way you can write, right? In the next step, let us take Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. Then Sn should be what, u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un ma. This is u1 is what here 1 plus u2 is what here 1 plus so on plus 1 ma. How many times it is ma? Is it n times or not? Now this is 1 into n gives what ma? N or not? 1 plus 1 n times is what ma? N. That is your Sn result ma. Now find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. Directly here we got simplified Sn ma. That's why directly I am going to define limit Sn as n tends to infinity. Is it infinity or not? Yes. Whenever n tends to infinity, this is also tending to infinity. Now limit Sn as n tends to infinity is infinity, not exist ma. Then by previous definition, what do you say ma? This given series is divergent. Therefore, sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent. This is your second question, right? Next question, test for convergence of sigma k from n equal to 1 to infinity, where k is one real number. K is one constant number. Real number means what ma? It should be constant number ma. Test for convergence of sigma k from n equal to 1 to infinity, where k is a constant ma, or real number ma, right? Here again same concept ma. Let us take your given series is sigma k. Here only I want to reconstruct ma, right? Sigma un is what ma? Sigma k. Then un should be what ma? K or not? Then u1 is what ma? K. u2 is what ma? K. u3 is what ma? K, etc. Right? Now let Sn be the nth partial sum of your given series ma. So that Sn should be what ma? u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un ma. I mean here it is what ma? This is k plus so on plus k. It is n times no? Is it nk or not, or kn or not? N into k. This is your limit, Sn ma, simplified Sn ma. Now let us find limit Sn as n tends to infinity. It is limit n into k as n tends to infinity. Here k is constant, you can take outside the limit ma. K into limit n as n tends to infinity. As n tends to infinity, this n is also tending to infinity. K into n is also what ma? Tending to infinity or not? Perfectly. n infinity will reach n, k into n also reaching to infinity ma, right? Now we got limit Sn as n tends to infinity is infinity. Then what about the nature of given series ma? Is it divergent or not? Therefore, sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent. Any problem with this ma? Now take next question ma. This is a little bit important question. It is test for convergence of the series sigma 1 by n into n plus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity. Test for convergence of sigma 1 by n into n plus 1 as n tends to infinity. Yes, same ma. Let us take your given series is sigma un ma. Sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is equal to sigma 1 by n into n plus 1 from n equal to 1 to infinity, right? From this you can proceed un ma. It is 1 by n into n plus 1. Here directly don't take ma. u1, u2, u3 results directly don't define. First go through this simplification ma. I means just factorize this ma by using partial fraction method ma. In your intermediate level you know partial fraction condition. 1 by n into n plus 1, how can you factorize ma? You can write 1 by n into n plus 1 as a by n plus b by n plus 1 ma, right? After that on simplifying this result you get a and b values ma, then substituting here you get that ma. But here I am not approaching this ma. I am going to proceed in some other way ma. Again same term will get whatever you get here ma, but I am doing in some different way. You also if you can proceed in this way it is better ma. That way is I want to write this numerator in terms of denominator ma. న్యూమరేటర్ 1ని డినామినేటర్ టర్మ్స్లో ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తాను. ఐ మీన్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు రైట్ దిస్ మా 1 ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు రైట్ యాజ్ n plus 1 minus n. Any problem is there in terms of denominator? I written n plus 1 minus n is what ma? N gets cancelled. Is it 1 or not? Like this directly I am reconstructing, right? Now by n into n plus 1 ma. Okay na? Now separate it ma. This you can write as n plus 1 by n into n plus 1 minus n by n into n plus 1 ma. Right? Now here un is, here n plus 1 once gets cancelled, first term is 1 by n minus here n once gets cancelled, it is 1 by n plus 1. Even if you can do like this also, partial fraction method also, you get this only, but I am proceeding directly now. This is also one of the partial fraction shortcut method you can call now, right? I am using that method here now. You also practice in this mode, it is better. If any difficulty is here now, you can go through like this, right? Now come on to the condition. This is our simplified un result ma. After getting un ma, let us go for u1, u2, all those things ma. This implies, what is u1 here ma? Substitute n equal to 1 here, you get u1, 1 minus 1 by 2, right? u2 is what ma? 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. u2, n equal to 2 substitute, 1 by 2 minus 2 plus 1, 1 by 3. u3 is what ma? 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4, etc. Understood or not? You can now take Sn is nth partial sum of your given series, right? Let Sn be the nth partial sum of Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity. This implies, what is Sn ma? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un, right? But u1 is this, u2 is this, u3 is this, and so on, un is this. Substitute those results ma. This is 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4, continue like this ma, plus last one is what ma? 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 1, right? Now this minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 gets cancelled, minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 gets cancelled, this minus 1 by 4 next term plus 1 by 4 gets cancelled ma. This 1 by n plus 1 by n, its before term minus 1 by n gets cancelled. Then what is the remaining area here ma? This 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. This is your simplified Sn result. Now let us find limit of it ma. I mean, let us go to limit Sn as n tends to infinity. It is limit of 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 as n tends to infinity. Limit 1 is 1 ma. As n tends to infinity, n plus 1 tends to infinity, 1 by n plus 1 tends to what ma? 0, right? I mean it is 1 minus 0. How much it is ma? 1. I mean limit Sn as n tends to infinity, you got a real number 1 ma. So that your given series is convergent, especially it is converges to where ma? 1 ma. Therefore, sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is converges to 1. This one be the approximate value of this total sum. This is about your next question, right? See next question. Test for a convergence of sigma 1 by 3 power n from n equal to 1 to infinity. Test for convergence of 1 by 3 power n from n equal to 1 to infinity. Ma here sometimes they may give n equal to 0 to infinity also, no problem at all. Concept is same ma. Just convergent point value may be changes whenever it is convergent, but nature doesn't change. Even it is starting from n equal to 0 to infinity or 1 to infinity, sometimes you may take 2 to infinity, whatever it may be the situation here ma. This term concentrate, that is the main thing, right? Yes. Here let us take your given series ma, right? What is that given series ma? What is that given series ma? This no? Let us take with sigma un. Let sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is equal to what ma? Sigma 1 by 3 power n from n equal to 1 to infinity. From this un is what ma? 1 by 3 power n, right? Now write u1, n equal to 1 take 1 by 3, u2 1 by 3 square, u3 1 by 3 cube, etc. Right? Now take Sn be the nth part sum of given series. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity, right? From this Sn is u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. It is what ma? 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus so on plus 1 by 3 power n ma. Again here it is what ma? Sum of n terms in GP condition, where here initial term a is 1 by 3, common ratio r is what ma? Again 1 by 3 square by 1 by 3 is what ma? Is it 1 by 3 or not? A initial term is 1 by 3, common ratio also 1 by 3. This is what ma? A, it is 1 by 3 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power n by 1 minus 1 by 3. Clear reason I am writing. Since 1 by 3, 1 by 3 square, so on 1 by 3 power n are sum of, or n terms in GP. Generally sum of n terms in GP you can denote with Sn, which is what? A into 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r, where a is 1 by 3 here, r is also 1 by 3 here, right? I can simplify this result. Basically here 1 minus 1 by 3, once proceed. Okay, I will proceed. This is 1 by 3 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power n whole by, this is it 2 by 3 or not? This 3 gets cancelled ma. This 2 take on to numerator, then this is what ma? 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power n ma. This we can write as 2 minus 2 by 3 power n. This is complete simplified Sn result ma. Now let us define limit Sn as n tends to infinity. Directly I am doing ma. Limit 2 is 2 minus as n tends to infinity 1 by 3 power n tends to 0. 0 into 2 is what ma? 0. I mean this limit is 0, this limit is 2 ma. What is this ma? 2. Now we got limit Sn as n tends to infinity is a real number 2 ma. Then by the definition what do you say ma? Given series is converges to 2. Therefore sigma un from n equal to 1 to infinity is converges to 2. This is about your next question ma, right? Now one more question I want to do here ma in this process. Test for convergence of sigma. I am not taking this n value, whatever it may be the situation. Test for convergence sigma 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Here it is not compulsory to give this n equal to 1 to infinity. If they don't give n ma, according to the situation, proceed here ma. Here you can take from 1 to infinity or 0 to infinity, that is your wish ma, right? Generally we can take 1 to infinity ma. Yes, ika start your procedure ma. Let us take your given series as what ma? Sigma 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2 ma. Let sigma un is equal to sigma 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. This implies un is equal to what ma? 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Again here you have to proceed partial fraction condition here ma. But here again I am writing numerator in terms of denominator ma. N plus 2 minus n plus 1 gives what ma? Is it 1 or not? Any problem with this? Once concentrate ma. I am writing numerator in terms of denominator ma. N plus 2 minus of n plus 1 is what ma? N gets cancelled, 2 minus 1 is 1, you got numerator, right? If directly adjustment is not possible ma, then go for what ma? A by n plus 1 plus b by n plus 2, partial fraction condition. Define a and b value, substitute here, you get next term directly ma, right? Here ma, separate it ma, then you get, I mean un is equal to, directly I am writing this by this gives what ma? 1 by n plus 1 minus this by this gives what ma? 1 by n plus 2. This is your simplified un. Now let us go for u1 here. N equal to 1 take ma, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. Any problem? If you can take n equal to 1 here ma. Next take n equal to 2 ma, it is 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 minus 1 by 4. Next what ma? u3, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5, etc. Like this you can proceed ma. Un is this, right? You can now take nth part sum Sn. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un. From this you can write Sn result. What is that Sn? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on plus un. This is u1, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 plus u2, 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4, u3 plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5. Continue like this ma, plus last one is what ma? un, 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 2. Right? Here this minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 gets cancelled. Minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 gets cancelled. Minus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 gets cancelled. Like this plus 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 gets cancelled. Then what is remaining term here ma? 1 by 2, this 1 by 2 minus 1 by n plus 2 ma. This is simplified Sn result ma. Now let us go through limit Sn as n tends to infinity ma. Directly I am doing ma. Limit 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 minus limit 1 by n plus 2 as n tends to infinity is what ma? 0. So that its value is what ma? 1 by 2. Now we got nth partial sum limit is 1 by 2. Hence by the definition of your convergence of the series ma, you say given series is what ma? Convergence, especially it is converges to 1 by 2. Therefore sigma un is converges to 1 by 2. This is about your new question, right? Yes. Now see next problem, a little bit variety solution here. Test for convergence of sigma 1 by n from n equal to 1 to infinity. After getting the answer ma, you have to remember this answer, because in so many situations you have to use. In so many situations you get this ma, sigma 1 by n ma, directly you can write it as what ma? Whatever you got here conclusion ma, right? Generally you get it is divergence ma. So you have to remember this sigma 1 by n from n equal to 1 to infinity is divergent ma, right? But if they can ask ma, prove that it is divergent, then only you can proceed like this ma. Otherwise in other methods problems ma, internally you get this ma, there directly you can write it is what ma? Divergent ma, right? But it is divergence or convergence, let us see ma, right? For that basic approach is same like previous questions ma. First of all let us take your given series as what ma? Sigma un. It is sigma 1 by n from n equal to 1 to infinity, right? From this write un ma, 1 by n. Now from this you can write u1, u2, all those things. u1 is what ma? 1. u2 is what ma? 1 by 2. u3 is what ma? 1 by 3, etc. Right? You can now take nth partial sum. Let Sn be the nth partial sum of sigma un. From this we have Sn is what ma? u1 plus u2 plus so on plus un. That means here Sn is u1 is what ma? 1 plus u2 is 1 by 2 plus u3 is 1 by 3 plus so on plus 1 by n is your un, right? Here we have to verify this limit is exist or not ma. Here direct verification is not possible ma. According to some sequence concept, you have to prove this result ma. Basically the same question you can do, you can do in already you did in Cauchy's general principle of convergence ma. Same question you have you may did there ma, right? But still I am doing complete solution here ma, right? If there we are neglecting, then also no problem. Here now I am doing ma. To prove this result ma, I want to prefer indirect process. I mean here in the beginning stages I want to assume that sequence Sn is convergent ma. This is my assumption ma. In the beginning stages I want to assume that sequence Sn is what ma? Convergence ma. According to your Cauchy's general principle of convergence, I will do some work ma. Somewhere at end stages you get contradiction, means wrong condition will get ma. Why we got this wrong condition ma? Due to this wrong assumption ma. Due to this wrong assumption ma. So that our assumption sequence Sn is convergent wrong ma, right? Now from that what do you say ma? Sequence Sn is divergent. That means if sequence Sn is divergent ma, limit Sn not exists, so that your series is also what ma? Divergent. Like that you have to conclude here ma. That means here we must go through indirect process ma. In the beginning stages we are going to assume one solution which is against the actual condition ma. It is this ma. According to this we can do some work, somewhere we get contradiction ma. Due to that contradiction we say our assumption is wrong, so that your sequence Sn is what ma? Not convergent, or simply you say it is divergent ma. Like that I am proceeding here ma. I mean here in the beginning stages I want to assume that, if possible, assume that sequence Sn is convergent. This is not correct result ma. Just we are going to assume only. If suppose you got complete perfect relation ma, no problem, our assumption is true ma. If you got anywhere wrong condition ma, you say our assumption this is wrong means what ma? Divergence is correct result. That completes your total work ma, right? But once look ma, already in last class I explained ma, Cauchy's general principle of convergence ma. Whenever one sequence is convergent ma, by Cauchy's general principle of convergence, is it Cauchy's sequence or not? Every convergent sequence is what ma? Cauchy's sequence. Cauchy's implies convergence. Convergence implies Cauchy's. If and only if condition I proceed ma there. I won't use that condition here ma, right? I mean by Cauchy's general principle of convergence, by Cauchy's general principle of convergence, you say sequence Sn is what ma? A Cauchy's sequence. Whenever it is Cauchy's sequence ma, by the definition of Cauchy's sequence, what do we have ma? For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists m belongings to z plus such that mod Sn plus p minus Sn is less than epsilon for all n is greater than or equal to m. Any doubt is there? In Cauchy's definition I proceed three conditions ma. In three ways you can write ma. One way I taken ma. If sequence Sn is Cauchy's sequence, then you can write for each epsilon greater than 0 there exists m belongs to z plus such that what ma? Mod Sn plus p minus Sn less than epsilon for all n is greater than or equal to m ma. For my convenience, I want to fix a value for epsilon 1 by 2. So you can raise one question ma, sir, how you taken epsilon is 1 by 2. Basically epsilon is what ma? A least positive real number. That may be 0.01, 0.02, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, whatever it may be. For my convenience, I taken 0.5 because I want to show failure condition here. If suppose for failure condition, you know one relation ma, oka condition fail avutundi andaniki oka chinna relation cheppachamma. Suppose if one set has 100 elements ma, up to 99 elements one property exists, but for 100th element property fails, means generally what do you say? That set is not satisfies that corresponding property. This is the gimmick of your mathematics ma. Understood or not ma? ఒక సెట్లో 100 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండమ్మా, రైట్? ఒక కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది అని చూపించడానికి ఆ 100 ఎలిమెంట్స్లో ఒక్క ఎలిమెంట్కి చూపించినా చాలు ఫెయిల్యూర్ కండిషన్. యూ సే దట్ సెట్ ఈజ్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫైస్ దట్ కండిషన్ అంటామండి. దట్స్ వై టేకెన్ దిస్ ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈ 0.5. 1/2 అంటే 0.5 కదమ్మా. ఐ వాంట్ టు షో ఫెయిల్యూర్ కండిషన్ ఎట్ 0.5. మీరు అడగొచ్చు సార్ ఇది ఎలా గుర్తుంటుంది అనేది. at end stages I will explain why I taken epsilon equal to 1/2 only. నేను ఇక్కడ ఎప్సిలాన్ 1/2 ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నాను అనేది కూడా ఎండ్లో మీకు క్లారిటీగా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను, రైట్? ఎస్, కంటిన్యూ ఇట్ మా. లెట్ us take epsilon equal to 1/2, one least positive real number ma. Substitute here ma. Then what we get ma? This implies for each epsilon greater than 0 there exists m belongings to z plus such that mod Sn plus p minus Sn is less than 1/2 for all n is greater than or equal to m. Let it be this is relation number 1. At end stages I want to recollect this relation, that's why I am taking number 1 ma, right? Keep this result aside ma. Come on to here. Here you know what is Sn ma. Here Sn is what ma? You know there ma. 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus so on plus 1/n ma, right? From this can you write Sn plus p ma? That means here replace n with what ma? N plus p means here replace n with what ma? N plus p. It is 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus so on plus 1/n plus p. Understood or not? But what is p here ma in the definition? P should be greater than 0. Here for all n is greater than or equal to m and p greater than 0 ma. Here also I want to write. P greater than 0 means what ma? P value is 1, 2, 3 and so on ma. That is the meaning of the condition ma. P nature is what ma? Greater than 0. Any doubt? Here if p is 1 ma, I mean p greater than 0 ma, before this some values must be there ma. I mean perfect expansion of Sn plus p I am writing ma. It is 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus so on plus 1/n plus 1/n plus 1 plus 1/n plus 2 plus so on plus 1/n plus p. Understood or not? అంటే దీనికి ముందు కొన్ని టర్మ్స్ రాస్తున్నాం. బిఫోర్ దిస్ 1/n plus p minus 1, బిఫోర్ దట్ 1/n plus p minus 2 అండ్ సో ఆన్. బిఫోర్ దట్ వాట్ డూ యూ హ్యావ్ 1/n plus 2, బిఫోర్ దట్ 1/n plus 1, బిఫోర్ దట్ వాట్ మా 1/n, బిఫోర్ దట్ లైక్ దట్ యూ కెన్ ప్రొసీడ్. అంటే ఏంటి దీనికి బిఫోర్ ఫ్యూ టర్మ్స్, బిఫోర్ దిస్ ఫ్యూ టర్మ్స్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్డ్ మా. దట్ ఈస్ యువర్ Sn plus p ma, right? Now let us take subtraction of these two things, means totally this result I want to define ma. I mean I want to go for mod Sn plus p minus Sn ma. This is this minus this. Shall I write directly? Okay, I mean otherwise I will write properly ma. Modulus Sn plus p is what ma? 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus so on plus 1/n plus 1/n plus 1 plus 1/n plus 2 plus so on plus 1/n plus p. This is Sn plus p minus what is Sn ma? 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus so on plus 1/n. Any doubt is there ma? Modulus, right? Here these things you can cancel with up to here ma. That means what is your simplified Sn plus p minus Sn under modulus ma? Mod Sn plus p minus Sn is what here ma? Modulus of this thing, but here n is greater than or equal to m, m belongs z plus means what ma? N should be positive ma. Whenever n is positive, n plus 1 is positive, 1/n plus 1 is also what ma? Positive. If each and every term is positive, total sum value also positive or not ma? Here if we can remove modulus, if we can keep modulus, there is no problem at all, because inside the modulus is positive number. That's why directly I am writing it as what ma? 1/n plus 1 plus 1/n plus 2 plus so on plus 1/n plus p. Here simply modulus is not required because this total thing is positive term. Understood or not? In the next step ma, I want to write each and every term in terms of last term. అమ్మ ఇక్కడ ఒక చిన్న రిలేషన్ మీకు సీక్వెన్స్లో మేడం చెప్పి ఉండాలి, ఓకే చెప్పకపోయినా ట్రై టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ హియర్ మా. ఇఫ్ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సమ్ ఈస్ దేర్ మా, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రైట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టర్మ్, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రైట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టర్మ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్ మా, యూ గెట్ లెస్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ మా. అంటే ఇప్పుడు దీన్నే సపోజ్ లెస్ దెన్లో రాయాలనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్ 1/n plus 1 యూ కెన్ కీప్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్, 1/n plus 2 కూడా 1/n plus 1లో రాయండి, 1/n plus 3 కూడా 1/n plus 1లో రాయవచ్చమ్మా. and so on. Last term also you can write in terms of 1 by n plus 1, then this equality becomes less than 1. మీరు కావాలని చూసుకోండి, 1 by n plus 2 is always less than 1 by n plus 1. 1 by n plus 3 is always less than 1 by n plus 1. That's why this total sum should be what ma? This total sum should be what ma? Less comparing with this total sum. అంటే ఎక్కడన్నా సీక్వెన్స్లో కానీ సిరీస్లో కానీ ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు, ఇది ఎలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్ మా? డిక్రీజింగ్ కండిషన్ ఉంది టర్మ్స్లో. అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్లో సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ మీకు లెస్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ కావాలనుకోండి, రైట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టర్మ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్. అదే గ్రేటర్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ కావాలనుకోండి, యూ మస్ట్ రైట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టర్మ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ లాస్ట్ టర్మ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ 1 by n plus p plus 1 by n plus p plus so on plus 1 by n plus p. అండర్స్టూడ్ ఆర్ నాట్? మీకు సింపుల్ ట్రిక్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ మా. ఇక్కడ నాకు గ్రేటర్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ కావాలి కాబట్టి లాస్ట్ టర్మ్లో రాస్తున్నాము. అదే సపోజ్ మనకి సమ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్లో లెస్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ అవసరం ఉంటుందమ్మా ఫర్దర్లో, యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్. అంటే ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్లో అన్నింటినీ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయండి, డైరెక్ట్ లెస్ దెన్ వస్తుంది. లాస్ట్ టర్మ్లో ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తే డైరెక్ట్ వాట్ మా? గ్రేటర్ దెన్ రిలేషన్ ఫామ్ అవుతుందమ్మా. ఇది బ్లైండ్గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, సింపుల్ కండిషన్, సింపుల్ లాజిక్ మా, రైట్? ఇక now come on to the condition ma. I mean this total sum is what ma? Greater than this ma. But it is how many times ma? 1, 2, so on. How many times ma? P times na. It is P times. In the brackets I am writing ma. Yes, P times means what ma? This is greater than P by n plus P or not. 1 by n plus P into P is what ma? P by n plus P. Up to here any problem ma? Here once go to the relation between n and m ma. What is the relation between n and m? Either n is greater than m or n is equal to m. అంటే m అనేది ఒక పాజిటివ్ ఇంటీజర్ అయినప్పుడు n ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ m అయినా n ఈక్వల్ టు m అయినా ఒక n ఈజ్ వన్ పాజిటివ్ ఇంటీజర్ అన్నట్టు మీనింగ్. మనం ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వర్క్ చేసేప్పుడు జనరల్లీ ఇన్ దీస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ మా, ఇన్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆర్ సిరీస్ మా, యూ కెన్ టేక్ జనరల్లీ n ఈక్వల్ టు m. మనం జనరల్గా తీసుకునే టర్మ్ ఏంటమ్మా? n ఈక్వల్ టు m ఆర్ n ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ m. ఎయిదర్ ఆర్ కండిషన్ ఈ పాసిబిలిటీ దేర్నా we are going to take n equal to m. అది స్టేట్మెంట్లోనే ఉంది. let us take it now. let n is equal to m. then here condition should be what ma? mod sn plus p minus sn is greater than, right, is greater than p by m plus p. this is first adjustment ma. now come on to p adjustment ma. what is p here ma? p is greater than 0. P greater than 0 means what ma? It is also one positive integer na. Generally while we are going to do problems ma in our sequences or series, P relation always you have to take multiple of m ma, because m is positive integer. Multiple of m gives again positive integer or not ma. అంటే P వాల్యూ m కానీ 2m 3m 4m ఇక్కడ సిచ్యువేషన్ బట్టి తీసుకోవాలి. హియర్ ఐ వాంట్ టు టేక్ P ఈజ్ వాట్ మా? 2m. మీరు అడగవచ్చు సార్ ఎందుకు 2m తీసుకుంటున్నారు? వై వీఆర్ టేకింగ్ 2m, రైట్? Here make P as multiple of m to make this total thing as what ma? Single term. ఇది సింగిల్ టర్మ్ వచ్చేట్టుగా, అంటే ఏం అడిషన్స్ సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ లేకుండా సింగిల్ టర్మ్ వచ్చేట్టుగా ఇక్కడ Pని మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ ఎంలో అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అది ఈ టర్మ్ బట్టి ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ P ఈక్వల్ 2m తీసుకున్నాను అనుకోండి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, 2m బై 2m ప్లస్ 2m అంటే 3m కదా. 2m బై 3m అంటే ఏంటమ్మా? సంథింగ్ లైక్ వన్ నెంబర్ వస్తుంది లేదమ్మా, 2m గెట్స్ క్యాన్సల్ మా, 2 ఏదో 1/2 సంథింగ్ విల్ గెట్. అలా సింగిల్ టర్మ్ వచ్చేట్టుగా యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీకన్స్ట్రక్ట్ P మా. బట్ P షుడ్ బి వాట్ మా? మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ m. సమ్ టైమ్స్ P ఈక్వల్ టు m తీసుకోవచ్చు, 2m తీసుకోవచ్చు, 3m వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ m సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి. బట్ అది ఎలా సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి? టు ప్రొసీడ్ దిస్ టోటల్ టర్మ్ యాజ్ వాట్ మా? సింగిల్ టర్మ్ మా. ఎస్, సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ దట్ హియర్ మా. దిస్ ఇంప్లైస్ mod Sn plus P minus Sn is greater than 2m by m plus 2m. This implies mod Sn plus P minus Sn is greater than 2m by 3m na, right? Otherwise take m better, ఇంకా 2m కంటే m తీసుకోండి, సింపుల్గా వచ్చేసింది. ఇది మన అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్ అమ్మా, అవర్ విష్. ఇక్కడ m 2m మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ m తీసుకోవచ్చు, ఇంకా m తీసుకుంటే బెటర్. 2m తీసుకున్న 2/3 వస్తుంది, దాంతో కూడా మనకి ఇక్కడ కంక్లూజన్ చెప్పవచ్చు. బట్ m తీసుకుంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్గా కంక్లూజన్ వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1/2కి. దట్స్ వై టేకెన్ P ఈక్వల్ టు m. m తీసుకోవచ్చు, 2m 3m ఎనీథింగ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్. ఐ టేకెన్ m ఈక్వల్ m మా, రైట్? దెన్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి వాట్ మా? m బై, హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వాట్ మా? దిస్ m ప్లస్ P వాల్యూ ఈజ్ వాట్ మా? m. హౌ మచ్ యూ గాట్ మా? m by 2m. m gets cancelled. Is it 1/2 or not? Right? Now here we got mod Sn plus P minus Sn is what ma? 1/2, greater than 1/2. But in one what we have ma? It is less than 1/2. ఒకే క్వశ్చన్లో వన్స్ లెస్ దెన్ 1/2, వన్స్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 1/2 వచ్చే నెంబర్ ఏదైనా ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు. దట్స్ వై వీ సే ఇట్ ఈస్ ద కాంట్రడిక్షన్. విచ్ ఈజ్ ఏ కాంట్రడిక్షన్? which is a contradiction to the fact that mod Sn plus P minus Sn is less than 1 by 2 since from 1. Correct enamma? According to 1, once we got less than 1 by 2, but here we got greater than 1 by 2. In the mathematics there is no such number which is less than 1 by 2 and greater than 1 by 2. Okay number 1 by 2 కన్నా less గా ఉంటూ 1 by 2 కన్నా greater గా ఉండే నెంబర్ ఏది లేదు కదా mathematics లో. That's why we say it is the contradiction, right? ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్తానమ్మా why we taken epsilon equal to 1 by 2. ఇక్కడ పర్ఫెక్ట్ చూపించడానికి అంతకు మించి ఏం లేదమ్మా. Here if you want you can take 0.1. epsilon equal to 0.1 తీసుకున్న ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. అప్పుడు ఏమంటామమ్మా this is 0.5 మా, this is 0.1. mod Sn plus 1 minus Sn is less than 0.1 and greater than 0.5. There is no number in the mathematics like that. ఒకే నెంబర్ 0.1 కన్నా లెస్గా ఉంటూ 0.5 కన్నా గ్రేటర్గా ఉండే నెంబర్ ఏదైనా ఉందా ప్రపంచంలో వరల్డ్లో? దెర్ ఈజ్ నో నెంబర్ లైక్ దట్. లైక్ దట్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ సే కాంట్రడిక్షన్ మా. అంటే ఇక్కడ కంపల్సరీ ఎప్సిలాన్ 1/2 తీసుకోవాలనే రూల్ లేదు. మీకు క్లారిటీగా ఉండడానికి ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్కి ఈజీగా ఉండడానికి ఐ టేకెన్ లైక్ దట్, రైట్? But why we got this type of contradiction ma? Due to this wrong selection. Basically in the beginning stages we proceed with some assumption na? That assumption is wrong. That's why we got here what ma? Contradiction. That word I am writing here ma. Therefore our assumption, what is that assumption ma? Sequence Sn convergent is wrong. If this is wrong means what is the right condition ma? Hence sequence Sn is divergent. It is not convergent means what ma? It is divergent. But in the definition already I told ma, whenever Sn is nth part sum of the series, then sequence Sn and sigma un one and the same. If sequence Sn is divergent ma, then directly what do you say ma? Sigma un is divergent or not ma? Therefore sigma un is divergent. That means our given series sigma 1 by n from n equal to 1 to infinity is what ma? Divergent series ma, right? This is about your special problem ma, right? And remember this ma, sigma 1 by n from n equal to 1 to infinity is always what ma? A divergent series ma, right? This is about your new question and variety question.